So what is up? Good morning. Sorry for coming in here so late this morning. That was not my intention. I am utterly tired. I really am. I truly am very, very exhausted. So if you guys haven't had an opportunity, go ahead and get your coffee. I really don't know what we're going to talk about. I will tell you. Someone called me last night. I didn't get it on record, but Don Wells called. He called me last night at 11:30 at night, and I was actually like just in bed. He's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I'm like, "I'm just waking back up." Like I was as I go to sleep. I stayed on the phone with him for an hour and a half. He told me not to record the conversation, and I did not. However, I can prove that there was a call on my Google Voice for over an hour and a half last night. It was insane. I also heard some funny things. Somebody spreading rumors that I'm a criminal and I live at home with my mother. Can't make this stuff up. Good morning, Renat from London. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. If many of you guys know, I got my Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club mug yesterday. I've been drinking out of it. I just rinsed it out and have it up. Sorry, I look like crap. I always look like crap this early in the morning. I'm pretty sure somebody is going to live stream me. So I always want to give them something great to live stream. Thank you. I see you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I am so sorry, Karen. I didn't mean to. I literally woke up late. Then I got to make the thumb. I got to brush my teeth. I got to put the coffee on. I got to make the thumbnail, and just getting a late start simply because I was up until really late last night on the phone. And, he cussed at me quite a bit. I got to say that. He yelled at me quite a bit. He didn't like my questions. He told me I thought he was being interrogated, and he just wants me to be his friend. And I left with good graces with him. I'm going to try to leave that line of communication open because at the end of the day, I truly want to know their side of the story of what happened on June 15th. And, we'll see. We'll see. I was thinking the same thing. It was Saturday, people are more, home. And I figured maybe, it being later, maybe somebody, those are the excuses I tell myself. I gotta be honest, especially when I wake up this late. Like it's almost 8:00. Like, when do I start this late? But that's okay. That's okay. Good morning, everyone. Guys, go get your coffee. I brought my coffee in, as many of you guys know. I made lasagna for Olivia and her mother. And so I got to show you guys this. Where is it? Hold on. She did send me, make sure her number's not on here. I don't want to accidentally dox her. Apparently they like my lasagna. Good morning, Jerry Lynn. So this other content creator has, it was so funny. They get the one crazed lunatic out in Tennessee, doesn't even live in the area, but decides to go off and tell the protesters about themselves. And so I went on there, and it's a person that I've criticized many times because she doesn't get off her butt to do her own real research. And all she is an antagonistic. She doesn't even have her facts correct. Like, her facts are so... What is it? That crime mystery monster. She's a joke. She's an absolute joke. And she doesn't have any of her facts straight. Very little facts are actually straight. Then she finds like the one person in the whole state of Tennessee that doesn't like us. And I find it laughable. And this person's a drug addict. I mean, just a complete, utter drug addict. Oh, we don't want you here. And she's like, I knew this would happen. I usually don't call creators out by name, as many of you guys know, but It's like, seriously, get a life and do some research on the people that you put on your channel before you put them on your channel. Like, I know when I bring a drug addict on my channel that it's a drug addict, you know? Good morning. Good morning. So I've lost all respect. I still subscribe to her channel just to watch what kind of garbage, because I think it's comical. But I got to tell you, I just talk about somebody that's dull, boring, and has no real content. I don't know if she ever had content, because she does have some subscribers, but I can tell you, she's a waste of time and energy, in my opinion. Just complete waste time of energy, in my opinion. Good morning. Good morning. So, anyways, since I couldn't record the conversation, might as well tell you what it was about. We just sat and had a conversation. He actually invited me out to the compound. Just, I can't bring anybody on my team, which I told him, I said, I'll probably bring somebody on my team. I said, I don't mind meeting down. I said, was Candus going to, sit down with me as well? And he's like, I said, what's her issue? Why aren't you guys very emotional? You guys, I think that's a big problem. A lot of people, have, is that they see you and you guys are just stone cold, no emotion. Don't you think you guys need to change that? I mean, if you want sympathy from the public, you need to garner sympathy from the public. I mean, you're telling, because we went through a lot last night. He was talking about how he feels tubers have sabotaged him, have lied on him. I asked him some questions. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I asked him some questions. Thank you, Vicky. About the 15th, where did they go after Hunter, after they dropped Hunter off? And he said she went home. I asked him, well, why does it appear that she called Hunter before she even called the police about Summer missing? And I'm sure it seems like he, goes home, he gets drunk, he thinks of, Summer. I really do believe he thinks of Summer. And, I told him I'd give him an opportunity and I'd give him the platform to plead his case. And he, when I started asking him questions, he got a little frustrated with me and says, our story never changed. Go look at, all these, interviews we've given him. And I said, well, those are the interviews that have made me formulate the opinion I have, because I can't interview you myself. He's talked about these 7 alibis. Who are those 7 alibis? And, he basically told me he was just pulling our leg. Those aren't, he doesn't have people or whatever. I don't necessarily believe that. I'm pretty sure he does. And of course, we talked to this brother and sister that were on, that were out there in the front. I'm going to take a picture of them and send them over to a couple of my sources. I have one in Tucker's business, so I will find out who those people are. And I've got another one that many of you guys know, because we just interviewed. So I'm going to find out who these people are. We've got photos of them, because we were out there with our cameras. So it's just as much as taking a snapshot and sending them over and getting a name. I asked him if any of those people could possibly be suspects. He just doesn't know. He keeps saying he doesn't know. I mean, for all that we know, Tucker himself, Richard Tucker himself, could be the suspect. I mean, we just don't know. Do I think that? No. I'm really, he seems like he doesn't have a job. So I don't know if he's fully fired or not. I just don't know. And it's very hard. Sorry.
Grandma, can I help?
It's very hard to take anything that Don Wells really says to me. It really does. Unfortunately, I can't trust anything he says, because he's lied to me so many times. And that's not a good position to be in whenever, you're wanting people to have sympathy for you and believe your story, is to believe that you're lying to them every time you breathe. So I left the conversation open. I left, thank you. Thank you so much. I left, a lot of things open. I wanted to keep that dialogue open. Hopefully he calls back again. We stayed on the phone until well after 1 o'clock in the morning. Yes, that is accurate. After 1 o'clock in the morning. And, oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, we work hard. People act like we're bad people. People don't like me because I'm snarky, and I just don't, I don't have time for the BS, and I don't mind throwing people out of the chat. I don't mind telling them to, go fly a kite, and whatever, people again, I'm acquired taste. People that love me, people that don't won't. And I'm not trying to go after and change people that don't like me's mind. I don't care. At the end of the day, it's about getting the message out. But I get attacked from all ends. Why would I care? If you're going to be sitting there and be so childish as not to even find out who I am and what my true motives are behind every case that I take, and just assume, and then make false allegations, like this stupid girl that's saying that I live at home with my mother. She looks like an idiot, because everybody that knows me knows I live home alone in a home that I paid for free and clear. Like I have no mortgage payment here. I own businesses. I gave my last business to my husband to go away. A business that I created, a business that I built, a business that I equipped with my own funds. So, this idea, hell, one of the reasons why we were getting a divorce is because he used to throw my ass in jail and, go clean out the bank account. I mean, one night he stayed gone for a week and spent 70 grand. Yes, it's a true story. I mean, it was 10 years ago. He almost broke us. We were almost in the streets. And I was stupid enough to stay with him. Not like that's anybody else's business, but, again, life hasn't been easy on me. Exactly. Good morning, my love. Mwah, 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 mwah. So, you know what? Real Stream News. Why don't you go put that? Why don't you go make money off my face again? Huh? Didn't think I'd catch on to that? I hit that. They had to bring it down. You can't plaster my face on content and sell it. Are you insane? Well, I will find out who you are, and I plan on filing a lawsuit against you for that. You want to talk about harassment? What I did was within the confines of the Constitution. What you did was unlawful, and I can sue you civilly and plan to do so. I hope you didn't make any money off that shit, dumbass. Complete and utter dumbass. You can't put my face on products and sell it. Are you insane? Have you fallen off your freaking rocker? You're an idiot. And you show it every time you come on here and stalk me and everything else. I don't harass them. You harass me. I make sure what I do is within the Constitution. What you do is unlawful. Granted, it doesn't rise to a criminal unlawful, but it does definitely arises to civil. Who the hell do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Get out of my freaking chat. You have no business being here. None. People are stupid. So at any rate, I know, right? Karen, I should patent a bullhorn with my name. Good morning, all. Good morning. Yes, somebody put my stuff, tried to sell it and make a profit, try to profit off me. Like, that would never work. Are you freaking kidding me? Like I said, everybody that, I don't have to worry about going out and hunting these things. You guys all do such an amazing job at making sure I get the information that I need. So, it's just one of those things. I appreciate it. Coffee time. Marissa's up. Good morning. Somebody's trying to sell merchandise with my face on it. So I went and hit their Teespring account. Can't do that. It's called harassment. That is truly harassment. What we do is not harassment. We have never sold one product with Justice for Summer or even Summer's name mentioned on it. If anybody goes to my Teespring account, it's all Bullhorn Betty products. Like this. Like this. I don't do that. I'm not trying to get sued. That's why I keep my content my own. It is sick, Molly. Freaking sick. It's ate up. People piss me off. Anyways, it's Saturday morning. We're going to shake it. We're going to shake it. We're going to shake it. Not getting into it. Got to shake it. Got to shake it. Got to shake it. Many of you guys know Olivia put out, I don't know, did she put out part 2 or did she just put out part 1? The Dudley interview, I thought was a complete and utter success. I know we all look like crap, but that was the actual day that we were in the rain, hunting for summer in the rain in 30-degree weather. And we had to, soaking wet, soaked to the bones. I had literally shit all over my boots. I mean, it's clay. It's not really shit, but it's clay. They have this red clay there that gets so slippery when it's wet. So slippery when it's wet. And I'm slipping and sliding all over. And it was rough. It really was rough out there. I was cold. I was miserable. I was, in the rain. That was the day that Stinton has the soup came out and saw us out there in the rain. That was the day we were, feeding dogs and stuff like that. And I heard that feeding dogs is a crime. Well, Marissa was on the phone with him and he said these dogs aren't even his, that they're stray dogs. So whoever the stray dog's owner is, sue us. They looked hungry. We fed them. It is what it is. It really is. It is what it is. If you guys haven't had an opportunity, please go to the merch shop for my diehard coffee club members. This is the coffee cup. It is beautiful. I love it. I love it. I even bought a shirt. I wear a small shirt, but I didn't even check the size chart. I was so concerned that it was going to be skin tight on me. It wasn't. It fit perfect. So the size chart is the size chart. Yes, we know the glare was playing Olivia's, work. He is being struck if he hasn't already. You can't do that. And I don't understand why these people are so stupid. Like it even has at Chronicles of Olivia. And we know darn well he didn't have permission to use it. That is her work. I sat here for hours to put out that little bit of the interview. That's her work. You don't get to stop it and comment on it and play the whole damn thing and call and say that you've transitioned that work. The law doesn't say that. The law doesn't say that. But I'm getting off the whole, copyright thing. We're going to let the chips fall where they fall on that aspect of things. So, I really do appreciate you guys being here. I was going to slow down the chat. It looks like I can slow down the chat, but I have to slow down the chat before. So I don't know. I got to look at it. I got to tell you, it was so funny. It was, I did watch a little bit of his show last night and talk about the contradictions. He's like, nobody should be making money off this, but the toilet cleaners need to make money. This is America. You should be able to do whatever you need to do to make money. Okay, then why are you bitching about people making money? It's just this big crap show of contradictions. I think when they talk, they don't realize how many times they contradict themselves. It's insanity. It's insanity. I'm doing it. I know. I'm breaking my own rules. I need to refocus. I need to refocus. So anyways, last night he decides to call me all freaking tatered up. It sounded like he was tatered up. And again, adamant that I didn't record him. So I didn't record him. And not only that, like I said, I was half asleep when I was having a conversation with him. And I wrote some notes. I got some notes written because I only grabbed what was literally right next to me. And he goes to cussing at me, telling me, oh, and I can tell you, Marissa, he absolutely hates you. Absolutely hates you. Telling me, you're no different than your friend Marissa. You're interrogating me. And he was, what he was mad the most about is he said he gave you an hour and a half interview and you took it down and that it would have cleared him. But you took it down and blamed it on TBI telling you to remove it or something. I don't know. We got to be honest with you. I was so damn tired. If I didn't write the little bit that I wrote down, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even remember the conversation, to be honest with you. So it's hilarious. It's hilarious. So, anyways. I am interested in what happened. Everybody knows that we are just interested, all that we want in what happened on June 15th. Like, I have no other focus in my mind than just trying to hear what truly happened on June 15th. He kept referring me. He's like, I've answered all these questions and our story has never changed. He was adamant that his story has never changed, which, in all fairness, I disagree. There have been subtle, changes in their stuff. And I even asked him about the cactus. I'm like, he's like, yeah, they planted the flowers. I'm like, but they weren't really flowers, were they? He's like, no, they're cactuses. I said, but why would a 5-year-old be planting cactus? And did they plant it in old pots? Because I'm looking at the photo, which I wasn't, but I remember the photo very clearly, very vividly. And I'm asking him, like, why are there, weeds in the flower pot? There's weeds there. You don't get weeds like that for planting that day. And why would a 5-year-old be planting cactus? He's like, oh, she didn't touch the cactus. Grandis and Candus put the cactuses in there. And I'm thinking, well, then what did she do? If she was helping them plant the cactus and she didn't have to fill up the flower pot because we could clearly see that there was weeds growing out of it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. He said he would be willing to meet with me. I don't know how comfortable I feel. At the house with Candus. I said, are you sure Candus will talk to me? He's like, I don't know. I'm going to have to leave that up to you ladies. You bitches. Now, I don't think he said ladies. He never says ladies, but you bitches. He called me an effing bitch and an N-word multiple times. And I just sat there and just, this is not really what I want to be listening to, at 1:00 in the freaking morning about how much of a, and I even acknowledge, I'm like, yeah, I'm a bitch, but I'm not a heartless bitch. And I said, I have been out there looking for your daughter. I mean, notes. See, I even circled, wrong side. I even circled bitch. I don't know how many times. I think I circled it as many times as he called me a freaking bitch. Oh. He said Summer was all about, him. His daughter just loved him, didn't really care for her mother. Imagine that. So even the daughter didn't cling to, Candus very much. He said that the boys loved their mother, was very close with their mother, but Candus but Summer wasn't. I said, but I heard Candus did not want girls. She didn't even want Summer. And boy, that set a fire under his ass about how such a good, I even got, you can see the ones that what he said the most, like even YouTubers. See, right. Let me remove my hand right there. YouTube. He kept referring to YouTube as being the worst thing in the world and all this other stuff. And, Candus was not, he kept saying she's a great mom. She loves her kid. And I kept saying, well, where does she go after she dropped off Hunter? And, I think if I recall correctly, he said, I don't know. And, he was saying that his daughter really loved Robin Lane and just clinged to her. And Robin really loved Summer. I believe that. Many of you guys know that we went to the church. I told him we went to the church. And some new information. We hear about all this information and going on in Utah. And he said it all started with his nieces, 2 of his nieces, saying that he molested them for 7 years before his sisters, came forward, and that they're all lying on him, and that Allie and Candus were the best of friends until Summer went missing. And I said, best of friends until Summer went missing? I don't get it. I said, it sounds to me, I said, from the information that we got, it sounded like they were fighting over Jose. Like their part. I said, you came home. I said, you went to jail over all that, back in October. And he said he wishes that he would have just stayed in Utah. I said, well, I kind of wish you would have stayed in Utah. You'd had one less charge to deal with. And he's like, yeah, and there was a gun charge, and it wasn't even a real gun. And I'm like, I get it. And I asked him about the Utah plates. Many of you guys know that on the S10 when we were out there, he had Utah plates on the front. He said he left the Utah plates on the front, but he's been registered, so he's got Tennessee plates on the back. I didn't see one way or another if the plates on the back were truly Tennessee. I only saw the plate on the front, and it was Utah. And we all know that he's been home from Utah for quite a bit. And it sounds to me, did he? He was drunk as a skunk. But I can tell you, the whole conversation, Molly, was Molly Lace conversation. He was calling me, you and your friend, Molly go lightly. Molly go lightly. Molly go lightly. She has done everything she can to ruin me. Molly go lightly. I hate that F and B. It was just profanity laced. It was just, it was quite, I want to say that I was, I'm never shocked with what comes out of his mouth anymore. And, he kept, and me, I kept trying to circle back to, I truly want to know what happened. Marissa can explain. I want to know what happened on June 15th. What does he know? Why is he always the one? I think what I want the most is, why is he always the one that reaches out to everybody? Why is he always the one that it's never Candus? And I even asked him, I said, why don't you guys show emotion, start crying, doing something in the public? I said, you're wanting the public to sympathize with you. Why are you guys so emotionless? You have no emotion. I said, we came after you hard on your job site. So hard. You would think that somebody would have broken down, begging us to stop. We love Summer, and, we just want her home, something. I said, no emotion whatsoever, just this la-di-da. Like it's a game. I said, those are the reasons why people aren't believing the story. I said, you have an opportunity when you went on national TV to complain about us, making you lose your job. I said, you had every opportunity right then and there, right then and there to switch it around and talk about Summer and, plead for help. And I said, you didn't. I said, why? We got YouTube and Facebook, but you're just telling me that YouTube and Facebook has screwed you and put your name through the mud. Now you're here with that whatever TV show, and what the hell? Seriously, what the hell? He hates Dudley. He said he's going to church today. It's the Sabbath, and he doesn't. He needs to go. It's in the good book. He's got to go. And I even asked him, I said, why are you going to church and Candus isn't? He doesn't know. He said, she's a grown woman. I can't force her to go to church. Okay. And I got to tell you and this is the issue. Like when I talked about Warriors Park, many of you guys know, I told him what I believe happened. I told him that I believe something happened there at Warriors Park, that Hunter has never been the same again. His wife is, showing signs of PTSD whenever she goes there. and want to know what's going on, right? And he went off. I said, Candace said that they were over at the vehicle, playing on YouTube and TikTok. And he went off. Are you kidding me? Is that what you think? This is an interrogation. And, you F and B, you're no different than, Molly and da 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 da. And, what are you doing? And you effing in and da da da. Does that sound like a good mother? Do you think a good mother would walk off and leave their child in the water by themselves? And I was like, well, in all fairness, and I told him about a little bit about my childhood. I walked home from school with my older sister. I was in kindergarten, she was in second grade, and we came home to empty houses. Both my parents were working. We had a pool. We'd go in and put our swimsuit on, and no matter how many times my parents told us not to go into the pool when they're not home, we got our swimsuit on and went in the pool, and we were fine. But we were swimmers. We knew how to swim, and we had a clean pool. You could see us and stuff like that. I'm sure if anything happened to me, my sister would go to the neighbors, and we lived next to doctors. So it's all about beating on a door, and you'd have a doctor at the front door of your home, where we lived. But we did it. So, I told him about the story. I'm like, well, we did it. He's like, well, this day and age, I don't know if you know this or not. Maybe it's because you don't have children. But this day and age, you just can't do that. I'm thinking, well, I know that. But I even asked him, I said, what would you do if I found a clip of Candace acknowledging that she was at the car playing on TikTok? I said, what would you do? And he would not answer that. He was just adamant that she would never do that. That was a flat out lie. And so I just kept talking to him. I didn't want to beat him over the head. I wanted to hear what he had to say, because at the end of the day, it's about June 15th. Everybody knows it's about June 15th. I want to know what happened. And you know what I prefer? I'd prefer hearing it from Candace's own voice, because, he has no knowledge of that. What he's telling me is hearsay. I want to hear firsthand knowledge of accounts that happened. I want to hear Candace's side of the story. That's who I want to hear from. I want to hear Candace. I don't know if I'll ever get an opportunity to. Marissa, of all people, know, he gets tatered up. He makes these calls. He goes on these hour and a half conversations with folks. And then the next day he wakes up and I don't know if he's pissed off at himself or he's pissed off at us, but then all of a sudden he doesn't want to talk about it anymore. He doesn't want to meet you anymore. He wants to give you a runaround. And he's like, I can't believe you came up to my work. I told you I'd meet with you. I said, Don, I've been trying to meet with you. Our team has been trying to meet with you since we were there the first time. I said, you have given us the runaround. I said, if you would have actually met with us, we probably would have never showed up at your job. Am I right? Marissa, if you're still in here, acknowledge that. If he would have met with us, we would have never had the need to go to his place of employment. But when you dick us around, you play these games. You dick us around and you play these games, and you got us waking up at 4:30 in the freaking morning and driving an hour out of our way to sit in the freezing cold weather in front of Wendy's and not show up and stop responding to us. That's playing games. That's playing games. Who the hell plays these games when they have a 5-year-old? And I even told him, I said, these are the things that, are making us come after you. These are the things that don't make sense. I said, and he kept saying I interrogated. I'm like, look, Don, I'm not trying to interrogate you, but yes, I have a lot of questions. Yes, I want to answer these questions. I want answers to these questions, rather. I said, if I come up to your house, it's not for social hour. Like I'm coming there to speak to you, to find out what happened on June 15th. That's the only day I care about. I know, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. So, like I said, I wish I kind of recorded the conversation. I did find out that him and Candace, I asked him how long they've been married. He never really told me how long they've been married. He told me that they've been together shortly before she got pregnant with Josie 14 years ago. And, I'm just going to keep the line of communication open and see what he has to say. I really am. If he wants to call me, if he wants to drunk dial me and talk to me, so be it. So be it. I really do have to tell you, I get irritated with him calling me an F and B and an F and N and all these other, explicit names when I'm just trying to have a conversation. But you can tell when I start asking very pointed questions, he gets very, very angry. And Marissa, when she was on the phone with him, she shot the breeze with him, and then she'd pull back and ask him some questions. And then, she did this cooling down process where she talked to him about some other, non-essential things. And then she'd heat it back up by talking about this. I've got to probably work on that craft because I'm telling you, I was just going in there, I wanted some answers. I want his side. Yes, he did. He did. He did. Haley, the N word. I know. I was looking at myself, I thought maybe I must have gotten a tan while I was, walking the streets of backwoods of Tennessee. But apparently, maybe he's colorblind. I don't know. I don't know. I can tell you that he doesn't want to talk about Warriors Park, which makes me a little concerned. He doesn't want to talk about what Candace did on the 15th, which again makes me concerned. He kept referring me to other interviews he gave and other places on other YouTube channels or other Facebook channels or other Facebook posts or all this out. And I kept telling him, I said, Don, I've watched all those. Those are the reasons why, I question you. Why are you sending me back to the sources that make me believe you had something to do with it? Why would you not want to just talk to me? So I can ask you my questions, so I can formulate an opinion on my, related to my, if I keep going here and reading and reviewing the same stuff I've already reviewed, I'm still going to think you're guilty. Right? I have different questions. I've already watched all those. I have different questions. I said, can you imagine if we were able to interview you and you were able to change our minds? I mean, we are the ones that are the loudest in opposition to you and Candace. He didn't like it. I don't know what to say. He did not like it. He was very angry at me. He was he was insulted that I would ask these types of questions, and absolutely insulted. I hope he goes to church. I hope he's praying for repentance. I really do. He keeps saying he's praying for me. I mean, thank you. I mean, I can use all the prayers. I'm the kind of Christian that knows I need God each and every day. I really do. Oh, justice for all. Absolutely. Let's support some justice for all. He's a great ally. He's a great person. I got to meet him for the first time face to face in this last trip to Tennessee. And what makes me love him the most is he brought us fried chicken. If you want to weigh into this girl's heart, bring her some fried chicken and she'll love you forever. You'll have a new best friend. I don't care whose fried chicken it is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, we love justice for all. Very, well-spoken, has a lot of knowledge. We always definitely want to support our friends that support us. I'm sure Marissa agrees. He is definitely a supporter of the team. He took his time out of his day. He drove through snow just to be with us, just to come out, just to take a look, at where Don and Candus live. He was very open to, our thoughts. And, we just wanted to give him the perspective to formulate his own opinion. And I got to say, when you go up there, I know many of you guys do not have the opportunity to take a trip to Rogersville, Tennessee. What I can tell you is that once you go to Ben Hill Road and Beach Creek Road, your mouth is almost open. It's like, how did somebody go up here and snatch a kid? And not only that, where the hell did they park the car? You're not going to be walking down the street with a child in tow. You had to go put this child in some kind of vehicle to get them out of Dodge, right? Oh, no, I did not. No, I did not. Maybe post the link. I'll put it up on here. Maybe post the link so everybody in here can see it. I agree. I believe she has. I think the reason why they keep her so quiet, and one of the things Dudley said in the interview was, Grandis didn't say a lot, but she always has this look on her face, and I believe that. I asked about Jose, and I couldn't even get a straight answer about Jose, when he was in the house, when he left the house, because according to the interview, Jose was there right before Summer went amiss. I even asked about Andy. He didn't really want to answer too much about Andy. He didn't really want to answer any of the pointed questions I had. It was almost like he wanted to drive the narration. He wanted to drive I don't even know why he called. Right? I mean, he knows who I am. He knows what I want from him. And no, Patricia, I did not. Are you talking about on Gmail? Let me pull up Gmail. No, I did not. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, I don't need to be yawning. Like I said, I'm probably going to go take a nap after this live. I'm back to being exhausted again. Like I had a few hours yesterday that were good. And then it just went down. I just went down. And I was laying in bed, like I said, and then my phone rings. And quite frankly, I thought it was a troll calling because I got a Google Voice number and it just shows up the Google Voice number. It doesn't read the caller ID telling me who's calling in. It just shows the Google Voice number, And so I never know who it is. So I'm like, is this Andra? Like, yeah. He goes, Bullhorn Betty. And I'm like, oh, shit, 11:30 at night. This is not what I want to deal with. Yes. Who is this? Don. The way he called the first, usually I recognize his voice like that. It was just an odd, I don't know, weird. So, guys, this is what I'm going to do. I've got to step away here just for a hot minute. Let me see if I can pull up. I'm going to pull up just a little bit of Olivia's video. I'm just going to let you guys watch a little bit of the interview, and then I'll be back and we'll get back started. Just give me just a second. It was a good interview. We did ask a lot of good questions. There we go. And I hope you guys see it. But again, I want to behoove you guys to please go over to her site and watch it. We're just going to watch the first few minutes of this episode 1. We are not airing this whole thing. I just need to step away just for a split second, and then I'll be back. Oh.
Meet Suvi, the magical all-in-one countertop kitchen robot. Suvi saves you time and lets you cook delicious meals for you or your whole family. The best part? It takes up less space in your microwave.
Today, we interviewed Dudley Ajan, Don Wells' ex-coworker, and he had some things to say.
All sort of shit, man, I swear to God.
Yeah.
I don't want to get like that. I really don't. I'm so sick of even dealing with it. I'm just trying to get past it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get past this shit because it's fucking it's not fair.
So Dudley John was getting emotional on the phone with me when he was talking. He's going to meet us at 7. He's ready to get some stuff off his chest. We will be interviewing him face to face. He is yet another victim of Don Wells and Candus Wells' charade.
That Don reached out to me, and this is honest to God's truth.
Oh, I believe it.
While I was with Betty, and said, "You're focusing on the wrong people. It's not us. You need to talk to this guy." And I'm like, what? That's when people started coming to you. I personally know you're innocent. So
if
the reason
if
why-
I was the suspect, I believe TBI and
Exactly.
FBI in Hawkins County would have taken me because I've met with them every time they ever called. TBI's been in the house, and I knew the first 20 seconds I talked to him, he already lost interest.
Yeah. So again, you guys, Olivia, the Chronicles of Olivia has, the whole interview. She's putting it down to 2 segments. You know, I did tell him, when I was on the phone with Don, I said, Don, I know you keep trying to, blame this on Dudley. I'm telling you, he has nothing to do with the disappearance of your daughter. And he's like, well, maybe he doesn't. He finally acknowledged, that he doesn't believe that Dudley had anything to do with it, but he did suspect him because he had just fired him the day before. I didn't even have an opportunity to ask him about because I wasn't thinking again. I was exhausted and tired. And, I'd like to have asked him about that Monday. Dudley described a weird encounter with Don that Monday. And I wanted to know if that had anything to do with, the CPS coming or DCS coming, the next day. Like it was like summer wouldn't miss on a Tuesday. DCS was supposed to be there on a Wednesday. If you guys recall, the boys were supposed to be at the home cleaning, which I'm a little doubtful on that because we heard that the boys went to work with the father. The father had come home. The boys were at home. So it makes you wonder if the boys were dropped off at some time during the day. I asked him what happened around 3:30. He said he didn't, he doesn't recall. Just a lot of stuff. So that was the conversation I had until like 1:15 this morning with Don Wells. Again, a lot of cursing at me, a lot of anger toward me at the work we're doing. He does, he ended up saying thank you and God bless you at the end of the conversation. Never in my life have ever had a conversation where I go from, being accosted and called all these horrible things to him praying for me in the end and to have a good night. And he didn't even realize it was after 1:00 in the morning. I don't think he realized what time he even called me. It was just, odd, but if he calls me, I'm going to keep answering the phone and I'm going to keep asking questions. I want to know about June 15th. I really do. That's the only date I really give a damn about. So he was very angry. I kept saying, Don, these are not things that I'm saying. These are things that are out there. I'm just asking you about him. I mean, he was angry. He went on, I want to say, a 7-minute tirade when I was asking him pointed questions about the water hole. Like, he did not want to answer them. I was this horrible, terrible person, and I'm no different than my friends. And he's going to, and the other thing, he says, Jonathan Lee Riches, I'm going to knock his teeth down his throat. And I'm thinking, he's going to run his mouth to me and I'm going to knock his teeth. I'm thinking, what does Jonathan say? I mean, every time I see Jonathan, he's asking, where's Summer? Where's Summer? Where's Summer? I mean, Jonathan doesn't even, start, talking to him. Like, I was telling him what I thought about him. When Marissa was telling him what he was that, like, why are you attacking John? I think it's because he's the only dude. Clearly he has no problem calling us names and telling us about ourselves. Jonathan is a nice guy. He doesn't deal with the BS either. Like, he is not with the drama. If anybody can tell you anything, he is not with the drama. He does not want drama. He does not like drama. He does not feed into it. That man will go sit in a corner all by himself and be quiet as a mouse. If there's a whole bunch of drama, he will not be involved in it. He will not be involved in it. And when we're out there doing our thing, and we got our signs up, and he'll document. And he never, when other people are losing their cool, he walks right up to them and literally calms that shit down. We saw him do it with that neighbor that came out. He was all hot and bothered with us being on the bullhorn, and his mama or grandmother, supposedly having some chest pains or whatever, stress or whatever. And Jonathan went right over there and shook the man's hand and brought him from a 10 down to like a 3. And, you watched him slowly just, realize the threat level was really low, and he kind of relaxed a little bit. And that's the gift Jonathan has. Like, he just does not get involved with the BS. He doesn't get involved with the drama, and he hates yelling. He hates yelling, and he hates conflict. And he has a way of just, looking at you and just talking. You could be screaming in his face, and he'll just be talking calmly to you until you start calming down. And it's actually a gift he has. He has many gifts, right? He has the sixth sense. I always talk about that. He has a way of leading the team, and in my opinion, believe it or not, he brought me in. He calms me down, even when I get frustrated with him sometimes, because he'll be like, what do you want to do? This is what I think we should do. It's like, well, then why did you ask me what I wanted to do? Like, if you've already got this preconceived notion of where we need to go and what we need to do. And then I'll tell him what I think. And it's like, well, then why ask me? Why ask me? Yeah, he diffuses the situation, and he has a way of diffusing the situation very well and seemingly quickly. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just, just calm. Yeah. And you guys can Google JLC. I mean, he's like anybody else. You can Google me. I'm not the best. The man's been arrested one time, went to prison one time. I mean, it's not a person that's been a 40-year, criminal felon across multiple states. So, what a day. Not even sure what I want to talk about today. I really don't. My brain is so bleh from last night. Like, I'm not even functioning on all cylinders right now. The only reason I came on is I looked at the time. I freaked out. I'm like, holy crap, I haven't done my coffee club. So welcome to the coffee club. If you guys are just joining, you can go to the merchandise store and get yourself this great coffee cup. We can all be drinking out of the same coffee. There's two designs. This one is the one with the sleek coffee mug. There's also one that has a bigger coffee mug that in the smoke, it says coffee on it. So, you get which one you like the best. Yeah. Well, that's good to know, Patricia. Oh, that's right. That's what I was doing. I was going to check out the emails. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm getting some notifications on these, some of the copyright stuff. I've got to give them a little more information. I don't know how this all works, but we will try. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we got the letter. Let me see if I can. I'll post this. Well, I'll share this. I did get the letter. Up. I see the YouTube. Sorry, talking in circles. The letter to Summer. It's in YouTube. I will get it posted on my community tab after this. I want to review it and see it. So I did get it. Whoever sent that to me, I don't want to dox you in any way. So I did receive that. Thank you, Tanya. I did hear about that. Wow. So it sounds like some of these, from what I hear, some of these YouTubers have known the family. We need to get to the bottom of it. I gotta say, it was almost a demonic video posted out. One of our followers here on the Bullhorn Betty channel sent me a link to Find Summer Wells. Apparently, there's a new YouTube on the official Wells YouTube channel, and it was really strange. I mean, definitely not a YouTube video that I think is appropriate for a petition for a missing 5-year-old girl. It was really bizarre. I have to say that. It was, well, I see you. What the heck? Go get your damn coffee, girl. The coffee club. How can you be a part of the coffee club without your Bullhorn Betty coffee mug and a cup of joe. For those that haven't gotten their coffee, I will sit here and, BS for the next little bit. So you can go get your coffee. I really do have a problem, especially with people coming and saying that I scam people. First of all, I'm not a scammer. What you see is what you get. I've been absolutely honest with, the fact that this is my full-time job. I have no problem. I've since 2019 have been sponsored politically, and it has political sponsors. And then when I went to the true crime stuff and made the stuff over here, we had, TikTok sponsor us, TikTokers sponsor us. Now we're having YouTube sponsor us. So we have a lot of different sponsors that keep, us funded, and so getting back to that, it's like, it's crazy that everybody, they say I'm a scammer, and it's like, I'm sorry, people know what they're getting, and if they want to donate $5, $10, that's not scamming people. You guys are supporting the channel. We're not going out there and collecting thousands upon thousands of dollars for a billboard that never goes up. And I asked Don about that. He's like, yeah, that was wrong. That was wrong. And I'm thinking, Elijah, this child, I'm sure many of you guys know about Elijah Kensinger. I ran him yesterday. He was found. I went live in between my interview with the Kingsport News. I don't know. I thought the interview went well. We'll see what is written about it. You never know. You think something goes well, and then next thing you know, you read the article, and they try to twist and manipulate your words and throw you under the bus. So we'll see what is in that. I have no idea. And but scammers are people that raise money for, say, a billboard, con a woman out of $4,000, don't put the billboard up, and then con her out of another $4,000. Now that is a scam, and that is unlawful. People supporting a channel, people buying stuff off wish list items that I did not specifically hold a gun to their head and specifically target them. There's no crime there. This is people doing stuff out of their own volition. I mean, you guys come here and do super chats and super stickers and, donate to Starbucks and things of that nature. I'm not collecting thousands upon thousands of dollars, scamming people out of money and not doing what I say I'm going to do. That is not what we do. Marissa has not done that. Olivia has not done that. And Jonathan has not done that. So the people making these false allegations, are typically the people that are involved in the scamming themselves. I believe Kraken Cases was actually involved somehow. I heard that they got, some of the money back for a woman. I don't know very much about it. I really probably shouldn't, even talk about it because I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, and I haven't looked into it. He also said Summer had stuck the dog in the flower pot. And I said, yeah, that was Chase, right? Like the dog's name's Chase, right? And he confirmed that the dog's name is Chase. So it was just, I got to say, it was a weird conversation, but it wasn't, because I had weirder conversations with Don. Marissa's had a hell of a lot weirder conversations with Don. So I wouldn't say it was a weird conversation. Do I think he was messed up? Yeah, I do. Especially seeing how he didn't even know what time it was, and he's like, I got to go. I got church. So I'm like, all right, Don, have a good night, and then of course you go back to, for me, I say you, but when I say you, I'm talking in third person, referring to me. You go back to bed and you go through and you're like, could I have said this differently? Could I have asked this a different way? Like you replay that over and over in your head. And, there was a lot more questions I could have asked. I don't know if he would have provided me the answers because, like I said, I'm kind of really trying to focus on June 15th. I want to know what happened that day. I know. I hear you. I see you. So, and I never understood why they keep playing these games, why they keep, I just don't understand it. Even with the 7 alibis, he's like, it was a joke. I mean, Marissa, you can acknowledge he was doubling down on his 7 alibis. But when I kept asking and I wanted to find out who the brother and sister were on, out there, he still won't give me their names. So I have a way. I'm going to go ahead and find out who they are. I think I'm going to work on that today, just really honing in on who they are, getting a hold of. It's Saturday, so I'm going to wait until Monday to get a hold of Richard Tucker. I'm going to call him because, there's false allegations that Don has placed upon myself. I did not step foot on that property. He's filed a false police report while he was on the job, and most definitely probably while he was working under Richard Tucker on a job, as a subcontractor for Richard Tucker. So, this was in the confines of his work. So now it's kind of bringing Richard Tucker into this situation with me. And, that's not going to bode well for him. And when you start poking me, the bear, you're not going to like the ending result, because I have no problem. I've got this beautiful $1,000 printer behind me that has all these, toner, like this toner is like 10,000 yield. If people don't know what 10,000 yield means, it means you get 10,000 sheets of paper and stuff through each color. So I'm going to make these big, beautiful flyers. Big, beautiful flyers, right? Make the big, beautiful flyers and start sending them out to builders. I'm giving Tucker an opportunity. Jesse, if you're watching, Richard, if you're watching, I'm giving you an opportunity not to work with Don Wells anymore. If Don Wells wants to change my mind and convince me that he's not involved in his daughter's disappearance and, nothing happened there at the water hole, which I don't believe Candus is going to be able to convince me of, because there's just too much information. There's too much things that she said herself that implicate her in something happening down there at the water hole. So I don't know who signed these non-disclosure agreements, Slink. I don't know. I heard that, maybe Cam and Allie may have. I don't even know that, because I don't hang out with them. I don't talk to them, but I can tell you that I've heard about them flying around. I won't sign one. I can tell you that. I won't sign one. My objective, with meeting with them, and I'm going to be very clear about that, is to find out answers for June 15th. I've got no other reason, to be there. He kept saying he needs somebody that wants to be his friend and work with him. Marissa said that. She said that profusely. It seems that is the truth. He wants somebody to believe him. He wants somebody to be his friend. He wants somebody that goes up to bat for him. I will give him, I will be honest with you and tell you guys all this. I will give him and Candus the opportunity to change my mind about the situation. I don't know if it will work, and we'll leave it at that. But I will give them the opportunity. So anyways, moving on, we had a lot of, I keep throwing out some stuff. And Vet Girl, if you're in here, that conversation about the local YouTubers and stuff like that, I did get the email and I am reading it. And so I will respond accordingly. We're up to 316 emails. So we will see what this is. Nice. I see you. Nice. I see that. Awesome. So let's see what else we got here. This whole thing with Harmony Montgomery, this is another case. It's almost eerily similar to Summer Wells. It really is. That's all right. Mom Forever. What is it? K-Man's Mom Forever. These names. You're fine. You're fine. Everybody, it's fine. It's fine. You're fine. I promise you. We do. Yeah, thank you, Salsa Shaker. Haven't seen you here in just a little minute. I'm glad I'm on while you can be on. Good morning. For those that are in here, please like, share, and subscribe to this page. We need to get our likes up. We got 226 likes. If you guys could please go out and like this, I would greatly appreciate it. We work hard here. I know everybody on the team works very, very hard to bring you good content, creative content, authentic content, and we, talk. This case has been emotional, literally, for everybody on the team. I can tell you that. It's just it's emotional. It's a 5-year-old baby that we don't believe is alive, and we believe that the parents had something to do with it. Do I think that they went out and stabbed her to death and threw her in a pit? I mean, no, I don't. I don't think that happened. But this whole abduction thing, everybody keeps saying that I'm so fixated. I keep hearing it across channel upon channel upon channel that I'm so fixated on, Don and Candus. Well, and they keep saying, why don't you look at other possibilities, right? I asked Don about that. Have you thought about anything other than the abduction? And he says no. So why is that not being asked of him to think of other possibilities? Yes, thank you. I love you. From Scotland and around the world. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Patricia, I'm sure that the police have looked under the house. I really do. I believe they've looked in the rafters. I don't know how good of a job they've done. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that they've overturned every single stone on that property. I really do. At first I thought she was there, right? But then the more I dig in and realize that Candus left the property and didn't return until, 5:30, it concerns me. It really does. Susan Bennett would like to know where she can find the mug to buy. If somebody can get her, there's a very specific link. Hold on. Let me just go in here and see if I can find you the link. There's a very specific link for that specific mug. So let me see what I can do for you. Hold on here. And, I hate being cussed at when I'm trying to go to bed. It never puts me in a good mood to go to sleep, which probably is the reason why I slept in. Probably the reason why I'm not in the best mood this morning. But that's okay. It's okay. This too shall pass, and we'll have a great morning coffee club. But it was just a bizarre, I don't know. It's just bizarre. And I don't know. We'll just leave it at that. I don't know. Coffee Club 2. There we are. Let me go back out here and see if I can get the listing for that. Yeah, here we go. Shareable link. There we go. Here's to the Coffee Club number 2, which is that sleek coffee club. The one I've got, it's this one right here. This is number 2 right here. If you guys want number 1, let me get the shareable link for number 1. Here's number 1 right here. And that's the one with the coffee in the smoke of the coffee. So depending on which line you want, it seemed like when I did the poll, I did both of them, but it seemed like when I did the poll, this one here was the one that people liked the most. So that's the one I got. It's a great coffee cup. I like the black. I don't know if I made them in the white coffee. If I did this, I had to change this one to a different color. So, yes, and that's the problem I have. You're right. No signs of abduction. You would think at this point, like even with the footprints he was talking about, you would think that is signs of abduction, and they're saying there's none. So, and Elijah's a great case to watch because he truly was lost in the woods in a large area in Monroe County in Tennessee. And they found him. they found him and was able to bring him home. And you're talking about way different elements. You're talking about snow and ice and, the cold factor. And if Summer had just merely wandered off from the house, it was warmer. It was, easier for her to have been found, so to speak, because of the time of year. So I just don't know. I just don't know. I know what we know. And, there's just no possibility of abduction. I don't know how many times law enforcement can say that there's no possibility of abduction. I don't know how much law enforcement can point and direct, under their breath that it's foul play they're looking into. They are looking into the real possibility of her just wandering off. But the only thing that it seems like in that whole conversation that they are referring to is the foul play aspect. We all feel that there was foul play. I know that I've been out there and hands down, 100% feel this is foul play, that there was negligence involved, and it cost a baby her life, and it was too late. And somebody called their husband to fix the problem, a person that has 40 years of criminal conduct and knows how to handle these kinds of situations. And I believe everybody's talking about what they have on each other. I believe he has on Candus that she was neglectful, that resulted in the death of a child. And I think she has on him the fact that he helped clean it up, a accessory after the fact. I think Don is in a better position to wheel and deal with law enforcement for leniency and, potentially a what is it called? The agreement where they don't get charged. Why can't I think of it? Why am I drawing? Because I'm half asleep. That's why I'm drawing a blank. But a plea deal. Damn it! Somebody's going to have to fix it. Tell me what I'm talking about. Tell me what I'm talking about. The deal where they don't get charged with stuff. Why am I running a blank in my brain? No, it's a plea bargain, but there's immunity. Thank you, Elsa. Immunity agreement. Thank you, Mari. Sorry, I didn't see you. Thank you. So he's in a better position for an immunity deal because he's just an accessory after the fact. He wasn't, responsible for whatever happened to her. And I just wish he would, start, God is out there and he is, but you have to repent, and repent means you have to accept and tell what you have done. He's not doing that on anything over the 40 years. He's even denying the fact that anybody was sexually assaulted by him in Utah. So in order for, repentance to take place, you got to come clean. You got to come clean. You got to purge yourself of the stuff. And he hasn't done that yet. He hasn't done any of it. He, is basically saying everybody that is speaking to law enforcement is lying. Everybody else is lying. The only people that are being truthful to law enforcement are him and Candus. Everybody else is out to get him. Everybody. And it's just sad. It's sad. This poor little baby. Seriously, it's sad. I don't know how to explain it other than that. Yes, confession. Thank you, Rhonda. In order to have repentance, you must have a confession of your sins. He's not having that confession aspect of his sins. He's just wanting the forgiveness. He's wanting to skip over the hard stuff and go straight to the absolution. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. If you read the good book and you believe in the good book, like I come out here and I lay it all out, right? I confess my sins to everyone publicly years ago. Still doing it to this day. Still doing it to this day. and I walk through it, whether I like it or not. That's being responsible. That's really wanting absolution, in my opinion. I deal with unthinkable hate because I'm fighting for this little girl and going out of my way to help. Thank you. And every chance I get clubbed over the head. And when my past doesn't work, because I honestly believe if I haven't been honest about my past for many years, which I have been, I have, even with my, when I met with my county sheriff, Rick Wells, one of the things was, as I was going in there to meet with him to find out how we can help troubled youth before they go to juvenile detention. These are things that I do in my own community. Many people don't know about nor care about because it doesn't drive their narrative, and I had to explain to him a lot of my troubles, and things like that. You don't get to meet with your sheriff at his office, in his private office, to discuss, agenda items like, the troubled youth in your community without being a respected member of your community. You just don't. Just saying. I have been open and honest and transparent about my past for years. Nothing to see over here. Nothing new, nothing creative. Please show some love on this channel. If you like the content you're receiving, the best compliment you can give me personally is a thumbs up. So please go out, give me a thumbs up, like this page, share this page, and please ask people to subscribe. We are almost to 8,000 users or subscribers. Don't know how many of you guys are users, but definitely almost 8,000 subscribers to this channel. That is amazing. We're at right at almost 8,000 subscribers, guys. Go. I need probably about 10 more subscribers. Go out there and subscribe if you're not a subscriber to this channel, please. Patricia, it's possible, because I'm telling you, that boy has never been the same since, and not only that, but he's a 15-year-old kid that's easily manipulated by adults. I didn't get an opportunity. I was trying, and I forgot to even ask Don what Hunter, he doesn't really care for Hunter or Allie at this point. He calls them all liars. And I never asked him what Hunter is on probation for. I'm curious to find out what Hunter is on probation for. It's been brought to my attention multiple times. It was, when I did the interview, and I keep forgetting, I don't know. Let's see. I believe Candus does need to be put in the hot seat, but it seems like she just doesn't want to answer any questions. She just seems like she wants this all to go away, And another thing I asked him about, and I keep forgetting to tell you guys, is that, Don Wells, when I asked him about the emotion, he said, we're not going to be fake and be out there fake crying and da-da-da-da. We do that behind closed doors. And I'm thinking, you guys have that much control over your emotions about your missing daughter to cry behind closed doors, but not in the public when people are talking about her. I mean, that's, I don't know. Yes, she does crumble under pressure. She really does. No, this is a Florida home that was built in 1963 or 1965 or something to that effect. They built windows a little differently, a little higher. All the windows in the bedrooms are built about the same way. Only the living room and the kitchen have normal window stuff. So yeah, it's just the way it was when I bought the house. No, I'm not in a basement. I live in Florida. Florida does not have basements if anybody knows anything about Florida construction. Clearly, I would recommend you. I know you're a troll, but I would recommend that you do your due diligence a little better than that. Everybody knows I'm from Florida. Everybody knows there's no basements in Florida. And I don't live with my mom, or live in her garage or anything like that. I live at home in my home. I don't have a lot. What I do have, I own. So definitely a lot of trolls in here. So I'm going to give you, my mods, if you guys feel like somebody. So I'm giving a warning now to all the folks that are in here. If you guys are trolls and you're saying crazy comments to incite people here, you will be timed out once and will be booted twice. So you get 2 times and that's it. You're done. So just a FYI. So Robbie Battle, I'm pretty sure you're a troll too. I don't know if that's true, but don't kick them out yet, guys. Don't start attacking them. But I just want to find out who these people are. Some of these people make off-the-cuff comments. Some of them are just joking. And so we'll see how this morning goes. But if you guys see irresponsible comments, trolling, attacks of other YouTubers, go ahead. And yes, I do bring other YouTubers up, but I don't say deplorable, despicable things about them like they do me, and I damn sure don't, speak hours upon hours about them because they're not that important to me. So let's see. Exactly. So people need to do better. I may not always live here. I may not always live here. This business that I'm in, I can travel anywhere. I'm planning on going and seeing my sister in the near future. I'm actually going to be going over to Texas. I don't know, 13 days. I'm going to go get the car fixed. I'm going to travel just a little bit. I need to shake some of this stuff. I mean, does it stop my work? Of course not. But I do need to, we've been riding so hard for so long. I mean, think about it. I have been nonstop going for literally 5 months, 5 solid months. And, I went out to Daytona right before Christmas to try to just, give myself a little Christmas present and give myself a break. But even then, I worked the whole time I was there. I was on lives when I said I wasn't going to be. I was going to take a break. I got to go hang out with some folks at Route 1. They had just opened a new bar and grill, great food. If anybody's down in Daytona, it's about 15 minutes from the International Speedway. And it's Route 1 at Bar and Grill, and it is a great bunch of people. It was they made it very, everybody knew who I was before. But that's the gift of me. That's what people don't understand is I'm really a nice person in person. And no matter where I go, I'm never alone because I make friends just like that. No matter where I go, I can be all by myself. And before I walk out of any restaurant or any bar or any place that I go, I've already made, 5 or 6 friends. And, a lot of those people I communicate with, if anybody knows anything about me, the one bad thing I can honestly say about me is I don't keep in contact. I get so busy. It almost like you got to contact me. I don't contact other people. I still think of you. I still love you, but I don't know what it is. I'm just not the kind of person like Olivia. She is so good about keeping in contact with people. Like she keeps in contact with just about every person that we were out in front of the Brian Laundry house, everybody that we met with, she keeps in contact. I don't know where she has all the time to keep, building these foundations with these great, amazing people. I don't do it. I don't really talk on the phone very much. The most talking I do is here with you guys every day. And then after that, I'm glued to my computer, glued to my phone and doing, research. And that's what I do. So let's see where we go. Yeah, and I got to tell you, I'm not a Jody Sue fan. I'm really not. She's not a fan of mine either. She called me basically everything under the bus. She's never met me not one time. And I've watched her stuff. I've watched her contradict herself over and over again, and talk about how YouTube and YouTubers are so despicable. But here's my Christmas list. Can you guys please purchase everything off my Christmas list? That is just it's crazy. It's like me coming in here and insulting every single person in my live chat and then saying, "Oh, by the way, can you help support me?" And people be stupid enough to do. At least you guys like me. Oh my gosh, my stomach. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's just rumbling. I got to tell you, I think it's the chocolate cake. I bought chocolate cake when I made Olivia and her mom lasagna. And I hate having sweets in this house. Like I told myself I'm going to give it to the neighbor. I'm going to give it to the neighbor. I'm going to give it to the neighbor. And I think I ate like a quarter of this freaking chocolate cake yesterday. I'm going to have to run. I'm going to have to exercise. Like I don't exercise and I'm going to have to. I really am. I'm going to have to. Guys, go out and like it. Where am I on my likes? Just curious. Just curious. Are we doing good? I mean, we got almost 750 people in here. If you guys like what I'm doing, like me. Be my friend. Be my friend. Guys, if you guys haven't, please go over to Chronicles of Olivia's page. Show her some love. She works very hard on the videos. Support her the best you guys can. And she's very good. She's very sweet. She's very talented. She's just good, wholesome people. We're very lucky to have her in our lives. We're very lucky. She's just, even without the editing and stuff like that, she's just, oh, wow, great. I love it. Thank you, Jody girl. She's just wonderful. And I really do think she's got, she's been doing this stuff since she was 15 years old. I was running around and being a hoodlum at 15 years old, and she was honing in on her craft. And now we're starting to hear people dogging her craft, but they're like, "Oh, it's so easy to do." No, it's not. I mean, I sat here. She was just here just the other day, and it took hours upon hours. Like I'm falling asleep at the table trying to clean up the kitchen while she's still working on this stuff. And it, for that 25-minute, interview took hours. And that was just almost raw. Like she didn't even really, chop it up or anything. She's just, it still took hours. All that editing takes hours, and she's got professional equipment and stuff like that. And it still takes her hours upon hours. And I heard somebody saying, "Oh, that's not even all that good." Well, so far, I haven't seen anybody do a whole lot better, to be honest with you. I think she's got a gift from hell. She does. It was funny because I visited Mr. Vlogger. Mr. Vlogger, oh my God, he's hilarious, right? So I was going through my lives, just seeing who was on live, just seeing if I could catch, maybe a new channel. Yeah, that's a jewel. It's a jewel. I got away from cigarettes, but now I'm addicted to the damn jewel. Can't win for losing. Really can't. So one of these days I'm going to have to get off these. And that's going to be like, I'm terrified. Getting off cigarettes and going to this was horrific. I mean, it really was. I was moody and hot because I did it while I was out at Gabby Petito, doing the protesting out there. And I'm telling you, I was moody. I was grumpy. I didn't like life. I hated everything. I didn't even cheat. I don't even smoke cigarettes. I don't even want to be around cigarettes anymore because I went through such withdrawals, even with this vaping thing. I went through such withdrawals that it was so bad. I don't even want to cheat. I didn't want to cheat then. I don't want to cheat now. I just want to get off this so I never have this. I want to absolve myself of my last addiction. Well, I'm never going to absolve myself fully from the addiction I have, which is at the end of the day, this is my most addictive product right here, coffee. Awesome. Awesome. Y'all got to go hit the thumbs up, get the likes up. Let me go through my videos and see if I've got anything new. I haven't really gone through them. I needed to do that yesterday and got all sidetracked and all this other BS. See what I got up here. So I know I got, why isn't it going to my summer ones? It's pulling it up. It's just going to take a little minute. It's going to take a little minute. See what all I have. I really don't. I wish I could say she was trafficked. I really do. That would acknowledge that I believe that she's alive and she will be able to come home, you know, and unfortunately that's just, it's not what I believe. It's just not. I wish it was. I really do. See what we got here. I think I played this yesterday, but we'll play it again today and see. Let me just pull this up. I think I played this yesterday, but we'll see.
Out here in front of the Hawkins County District Attorney's office. We're going to speak to the district attorney that's handling Don Wells' probation violation and his current criminal case of DUI. We want to inform the district attorney of conduct that Don Wells has been doing since he's been on probation. We want to be aware about his court proceedings. We want to open up dialogue with the district attorney and find a way that we can report conduct that Don Wells is doing. That's why we're here for.
We also want to report the video where I was threatened with a wooden lock a month ago on Don Wells' property. When I did show the video to the detective at Hawkins County Jail Police, they did tell us that they would be looking into that and how we proceed further with that threat of violence and bear spray as well. So we're just going to be checking up on that right now.
Also, you know, we want to be able to find a way we can write letters to the judge or the district attorney, the public, to give their opinion on how they feel about Don Wells. You know, we don't want Don Wells getting a slap on the wrist for his DUI and probation violation. Don Wells has been arrested off and on for the last 40 plus years. He's had multiple felonies in multiple states, including Arkansas, Utah. He's been arrested in Florida, Tennessee, Texas, evading arrests, burglaries, forgeries, auto thefts, absconding, probation violations. Enough is enough. Domestic violence. Enough is enough. This man, Don Wells, he needs to be locked up. Justice for Summer Wells. Don Wells needs to be locked up.
Summer deserved better, a lot better, and she got the worst.
So that is the truth. You know, there's a lot of things that happened that, you know, what do you do? What do you do? So let me see if I can get content and tiles. Let me see what this one does when I put that in view. That's what I need right there. Tells me, does it tell me how many minutes? Yes, this tells me how many minutes, and it shows me some stuff here. Let's see. Do you have anything with long? I don't know what this one is. Wish I could look at previews of this stuff before they pop up, but I can't. Kind of sucks a little bit when you're trying to figure out what's on these things, because some of them still have the green like screen, but it plays and I don't know what's on it. So yeah, and you know, I never noticed that, but now that, you know, I replay the their steps and their the stuff that both Candace and Hunter had said, and as a matter of fact, you're right. I don't remember one time. I mean, she was there from 8:30 and didn't go home, and all she had was a slushie. I mean, slushie and possibly Skittles. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. My biggest problem is the emotions that they show. It's there's nothing. There's nothing. You know, they just to me, I know people don't like hearing that, but they have no emotion. And you know, that in and of itself scares me the most. Like, why don't you have emotion? It's it's crazy. It's crazy. So I don't know what to say about that. I don't know how it makes me feel. I know it makes me feel uncomfortable when I see Don Wells on the news and he's talking about himself and barely even brings up Summer, which all this is all about Summer at the end of the day. And you have an opportunity to be in front of media. And I asked him about that, you know, like he's like, I've been, you know, going to media. I said, but you were on TV just recently talking about us getting you fired from your job. And you never once switched that conversation to Summer. Why? He wouldn't really respond to it. He never gave me really an answer. He just didn't. He just didn't. And it was odd for me. It was odd for me. So I really don't know. Let's see what we got here. Don Wells, TVI. Da 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 da. I don't know what this one is. This is a 1-minute video. I don't know what it says. Hopefully it doesn't. I think this might be when they called Don. Let me see what else we've got here. 13 seconds. I want to find something with a little meat on the bones because I do have, you know, B-roll that just merged together for TikTok. I'm preparing a TikTok video and it's got to be 3 minutes. So I've got some stuff. Just keep going through here. 14 seconds. I think this one telling me the time. I thought I had us out in the rain and I can't find it. But I had us out in the rain. And just keep going up. Because Stenton, let's see what this one is. See what this says. I don't know.
So here we have an abortion clinic that was burned to the ground by arson.
Many people don't know, but while we were in town, you know, we were looking at some other stuff, and I'll go live with that. Hold on, let me just go ahead and share this. And this is you know, this is off topic a little bit.
So here we have an abortion clinic that was burned to the ground by arson here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And we decided to come out. I want to say that my personal beliefs is I am anti-abortion. However, this is just a little too extreme. It's entirely too extreme for me. This is not how you make a statement. We don't believe in it. We believe it's murder. But what if somebody was in there at the time this fire was set? This is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Unacceptable behavior. We're reporting live out here in Knoxville, Tennessee, in front of this abortion clinic.
So, as many of you guys know, we cover a lot of other cases and stuff. This was just an opportunity to go out and see what happened. This actually took place on New Year's Eve into New Year's, and many people don't know that there was like almost a lot of these houses. Some of them are concrete, some of them are wood. And anything with fire, you know, especially being around some wood frame homes, you know, it just takes a little flurry of fire that travels from one place to another. And next thing you know, what is it? coming in on a different conversation. But, it was just sad because you don't know if there was somebody inside that abortion clinic. The flurry from the fire could have set another house on fire in the area, killing, people, killing animals. It was very wholly responsible. I don't believe in that type of activism. I really don't. I think that type of activism is not needed. That's not considered activism. That's a crime. And yes, we do cover more things than just missing people. That was something that happened that was right. I mean, literally a few minutes away from where we were staying. It was sad to see. It's not something that I personally believe in. But again, I don't believe in violence being the answer. Criminal conduct, burning down buildings to make a point. It's just not something that is responsible. So here's the dogs. Let's look at the dogs.
Good deed by feeding the dogs. Good deed by feeding the dogs. Phones are fogging up on us. Nothing we can do about that, but we are feeding the dogs. We've been feeding the dogs treats.
Candus Wells, we are feeding your dogs outside your home that are running around.
Come on, look at that.
Oh, sorry.
Look at that. Yeah.
Dog food from yesterday. We're here a day later.
Phones are fogging
And you
up
can
on
see
us.
the tabs in my hands from pulling.
Nothing we can do about
tabs off
that,
these
but we are
bags.
feeding the dogs. We've been feeding the dogs treats.
Candus Wells, we are feeding your dogs outside your home that are running around.
Come on, look at that.
We brought them
Look at that. Yeah.
dog food from yesterday. We're here a day later, feeding your dogs in the rain. Your dogs are out soaking wet in the rain. They're hungry. Why aren't you taking care of your dogs, Don Wells?
They're hungry.
Seriously, this is
And as you guys can see, I'm soaking wet. Like I'm out there in the rain, soaking wet. I think this is Stenton.
Is this person also with y'all?
No, they were just talking to him.
okay. Yeah, I'll tell them to move over. Can you guys move down here?
I know, we're about to have a conversation. So what did you guys, thank you. What did you guys find out?
Amazing.
Did
She
she
lives
get
up
through?
there.
Come on, get out of her way.
Oh my God, I didn't see her. Oh
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh my God, I know you are.
So we're out in front of the Wells property. We got some neighbors out here willing to talk to us, willing to
Maybe that's
chat with us.
We have to move up for her? Not involved. She said that they searched her house. She just said they're searching. Good luck. She doesn't. So that's a neighbor on Ben Hill Road. She said that authorities have talked to her. Authorities have searched her property. She's been fully cooperative. She does not want to comment on her feelings about Don and Candus Wells.
Okay.
She doesn't want to talk about if she feels they're guilty or not. But she says she cooperated fully and thanked us for being here. Thanked us for searching for Summer while we're out here.
That's awesome. Hi, I'm Andra. How are you?
That's Bullhorn
I'm Bullhorn Betty.
I told her she can. Yeah, you can totally film us. We love it.
I need some umbrella too.
Go ahead. I'm gonna have to give him a big kiss. Hi, I'm Molly Golightly.
I'm Olivia.
Oh, thank you. That's fine.
Because I was like, I don't think they should be edited out.
Yeah.
So they were talking about some of the inward bombs that, Don, you guys saw the majority of her. If you guys go over to Stenton, has the soup. She showed it from her angle. As you can see, we don't really have a problem sticking cameras in people's faces. She does. So we are there. Let's see. Let's see what this says. I have no idea. It's up for speculation, right? I mean, we what we do is we go out there and get as much information as possible, talk to all the key players, all the people with information, and we formulate our opinions based on the facts that were provided. We've been provided a lot of facts on this case, a lot of facts, and yes, they are. They are very petty, Dom. You get used to it. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to YouTube. So, we were told that feeding hungry animals is a crime. I'm sorry. If it's a crime, lock me up. Lock me up. Get a warrant out for my arrest and lock me up. Because if I see an animal that's hungry and I have dog food, I'm going to feed the animals. And those animals, they looked healthier than the animals we've seen on the compound. However, they're still hungry. We heard that Don Wells gave away the dog food. He did not give away the dog food. He did not give away the dog treats. Dudley is not fired from his job. Spoke to his boss yesterday or the day before. I can't remember which day I called him, but it was right after the allegations that he lost his job. And he put his boss on the phone with me. So I can tell you that. And you know what? Animals can get it. Yes. So what? Everybody can get it. You make a choice to go out with a mask or without a mask. You make a choice to get the vaccine or not get the vaccine. You make the choice to be around people or not be around people. Those are choices each individual person has the right to make. Thank you. Thank you, Vet Girl. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate all your love and support. You're an amazing person, an amazing asset to Summer's Army. And I know you fight for her as hard as everybody else does, if not harder. We really do believe you and trust in you. And I know your heart's in the right spot. And, thank you so much. Just really thank you. Yes, we have. And a lot of people don't know that. And they don't realize that. We're out there in these hollers with these, wildlife as well. I mean, we put ourselves in harm's way. That day it was raining. There was literally streams of water under our feet. Streams of water. The ground was very slippery. I almost fell multiple times. We're going up these hollers and out there freezing. And then, of course, we have the Dudley interview thereafter. We looked like pure crap. If we were all about that, we would have, brought our makeup and did our hair and all that. We don't do that. We are not concerned with, our look when we're out there hunting and searching. Right. A lot of people are just seeing some of these things for the first time. We're not the, well, people need to research their law a little better. Oh, it must be later in the day. All the trolls are out in force. Out in force. My word. Bye-bye, guys. Blocking people left and right today. Got nothing better to do. If you guys hate me so much, why are you here supporting my channel? The pure volume of people coming here helps elevate my status on YouTube. It's hilarious. Go find something to do with your day. I know, right? They should. But I talked to his boss and I said, he's a good guy. I hope you keep him around. He's gotten a raw deal, especially from, being brought into this. But you know what? I mean, in all reality, when I talked to Don last night and I told him, look, you sent us over to Dudley. We looked at Dudley. He's not involved in your daughter's disappearance. And for the first time, he said he's probably not. And, but he was fired the day before. And that's what made him, in his mind, the person of interest, And so it looks like he may be getting off, the Dudley Ajan issue. Hopefully he obviously, as much as he hates us, he obviously trusts our ability to investigate because he keeps calling us and sending us on new leads, right? It's like, how many more are we going to deal with? My stomach is just growling over here. Oh my goodness, what is going on? What is going on? So I don't know if he was drunk or on a substance. I don't know. In all reality, I really don't know. I'm not there with him, so I can't conclusively say one way or another. What I can say is it seems like he always picks up the phone and starts calling people at night. The only time I start getting, on the phone, for hours on end is when I am sauced up. Personally, I do the drunk dial myself. Been known for it. Many people don't get a call, from me, but once in a blue moon, that should tell you something. I don't drink, but I shouldn't say I don't drink. I do drink here and there, but I don't get drunk, but once in a blue moon. We get calls at night after Candus passes out on the daily, right? If it's not me, it's Marissa. So it's like crazy. Guys, go out there and hit the like button. You guys like this channel, subscribe to it, share it. Don't keep me a secret. I get a lot of hate about following this case, and it makes you wonder why, right? It makes you wonder why, of all people. Hey, Kim. It makes you wonder why. Why am I being constantly attacked over Summer? Right? When we go out there and we're in the rain outside of Stinton has the soup, I turned the camera around and looked around and saw no one else, right? No one was standing out there in the pouring rain. Nobody was out there with us. Not Candus, not Don, not other YouTubers, just our team out there searching outbuildings, searching dilapidated trailers, searching in between haystacks, searching all these places trying to find Summer. Have they been searched before? Probably. We don't know. But we went and searched them. Any place that we thought that there was a place that they could put something, we searched. We looked under, homes are on stilts. We looked under the stilts, in the cubbies to see if there's anything in there. We stopped by a dilapidated storefront that was for sale, looking for her. We were out there all by ourselves, and we were actually looking for Summer and hunting for Summer and any remains or any clothing or anything that was Summer-esque, right? We were searching for. Nobody else was out there with us. And when people did come out, they went to the same place, the Hippie House, Catch 22, Warriors Park. But where did they actually go searching at? I mean, Ziggy went out and found, animal bone. Everybody attacked Ziggy over these animal bones, right? She did the right thing. She found bones. She called law enforcement. We did the same thing. I can tell you that when I talked to law enforcement in Pasco County, when I was giving a DNA swab, because I may have came into contact with a murder weapon in another case, they say if you ever find anything, always side on the side of caution. err on the side of caution and call law enforcement. That's what Ziggy did. She did absolutely everything correctly. And she still got attacked. Can you imagine the attack she would have gotten if she didn't? People are so unfair on here. They don't care. They, at the end of the day, they truly just don't care. They don't care how good you're doing. They don't care how much work and effort you're putting into. They don't care that this focus is 100% on Summer Wells. They don't care. They care about themselves and what they can accomplish when they're sitting at home on their couch and talking about everybody else but the actual victim. It's sad. When you're pointing fingers at everyone else, you got all the other fingers pointing back at yourself. Remember that. Remember that. She didn't deserve to be that viciously attacked. And, no matter what your opinion is about Ziggy, I know some people like her, some people don't, just like me. Some people like me, some people don't. No matter what your opinion is of her, the kind of hate and condemnation she received from finding bones, they were animal bones. Who cares if they're on TV? Who cares if they're on YouTube? It's not that big of a deal, but everybody blows everything out of proportion on here. Why? Because it increases their ratings and increases their profits. Period. Period. There is not one YouTuber out there that doesn't have a Cash App, that doesn't have a PayPal account, that doesn't have a Venmo, or all three, that doesn't have merchandise, that isn't trying to be monetized or is monetized. So this idea that it's about money, it may be about money for them because they're the ones that are attacking the legitimate people that are out there working hard to find Summer. And it makes you wonder why. And when the records don't work, then it becomes money. When the money doesn't work, then they start attacking your supporters. When that doesn't work, they go on to the next thing. And anything that they can get to try to delegitimize you, delegitimize your platform because you're taking funds from them, then they want to start reaching out and becoming your friends. Then they want to start working with you. But it's only then when nothing else works. And it's upsetting. It really is. We're out here in the freaking pouring rain. Below freezing degree weather. Soaking wet. We literally had icicles formulating and on the edges of the car. Yet I'm in it for the money. If I was in it for the money, I would be on my couch commentating and rolling in the cash like everyone else. Just saying. Just saying. Exactly. And you know what? Even when I built this channel, I said I need to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize this account. I have been open. You don't get any more open and transparent than here. I have not denied one thing. If it's true, I tell you it's true. If it's false, I tell you it's false. They hate that about me. They hate that about me, right? I'm an open book, and I don't care if the whole world knows it. Nobody can do to me what I've already done to myself. I have broke myself completely down to build myself completely up, and nobody would be able ever to take that away from me. Ever. And it makes the trolls infuriated. It really does. Yeah, and the worst part is The worst part is they've been put in danger because of these charades. Law enforcement, all these teams that go out there to search are putting their lives in danger. Even us, when we're out there, we're putting our lives in danger. In danger. To try to find Summer. In harm's way to try to find Summer. And nobody, the Wells don't care. I would like their side of the story. I really would. And just going to other YouTube channels and listening to the same old interviews that they have is not changing my mind. I want them to change my mind. They want my mind changed. Don and Candus, change my mind. I'm giving you an opportunity to meet with me and answer my questions. And I'm giving you the opportunity to prove me wrong. Take me up on the offer. Seriously. Take me up on the offer. I won't yell at you, but I've got a lot of questions, and I hope you answer them truthfully. Change my mind. I'm one of your biggest critics. Change my mind. Make me your friend. Make me your friend. Change my mind. Give me an opportunity to ask my questions, and you guys answer them truthfully. I have watched other YouTube channels. I have watched your interviews. Those interviews are what convinced me that you are responsible. It's convinced me, in addition, with the interviews we've received from firsthand knowledge of people that are close to you or were close to you at the time. So going and watching those YouTube channels and those interviews are not changing my mind, or they would have already changed them. Don, I know you watch my channel. I'm giving you an opportunity to change my mind. Tell me the truth of what happened on 6/15. Make me your friend and change my mind. Change my mind. I want to meet with you guys face to face. But I have a mess of questions. Questions that weren't asked of you during those other interviews. You're not going to be answering the same questions you've already answered. Some of them you might. But I have new questions that haven't been answered. And I would like Candus to start answering some questions. You weren't there that day. Why are you the one that's answering all the questions for everybody else when you have said time and time again you weren't there that day and didn't come home until 5:30 or 6 o'clock at night? Why do you feel you're the one that holds all the answers when you weren't even there? I'd like Candus to answer my questions. I'd like Grandis to answer my questions. Would you be willing to allow me to do that? I want to be your friend. I want you to convince me that you're not these horrible, despicable people. I really do. I would love nothing more than to think parents didn't have responsibility in the death and disappearance of their child. I would love nothing more. But you weren't there that day. There were 2 people in your household that were. I would like them to answer my questions and answer them truthfully. So, Don, I hope you take me up on my offer. Candus, I hope you take me up on my offer. Grandis, I hope you take me up on my offer. I want you guys to change my mind. I don't want to think of you as these despicable people. Call me. You have my number. Kept me on the phone until after 1 o'clock in the morning. As you know, I do answer the phone. All right, folks, we're at the top of the second hour. As you know, I got a lot of work. It is Saturday. I want you guys to make it a great day. I do appreciate all the people that have come and spent their morning with me. And you know, I've got to go eat. My stomach is barking at me, and hopefully I'll let you guys know if Don decides to truly, you know, want to sit down. If Don and Candus truly want to sit down and talk to me, I will go back to Tennessee tonight. I will drive back there tonight. I will get a rental car. I will sell my first child if I have to get back there. If they're truthful and really would love to meet with me, talk to me, and want to clear the air, you know, again, looking at these other YouTube channels of your past interviews is doing nothing but solidifying the thoughts I already have. In addition, because I've had all these interviews with all these people, and I want to directly ask you about the statements made by people that were close to you. If you've got better answers or can prove that they're lying to me, do it. You have the opportunity. Both you, Candus, and Grandis have that opportunity. I am begging of you, take me up on my offer. I will be fair, but I will have questions. This idea that I'm not coming there, I'm coming there for dinner and, you know, a kumbaya moment. We can have the kumbaya moment after I realize I'm not looking evil in its face. I want you to tell me the truth. And when you do, if you convince me, I will be your friend. I will come out to the world and tell the world that I'm wrong, that you had nothing to do with it. I will be fair. I will be fair. All right, guys. You guys have an amazing day. I thank you guys very much, you know, for supporting this channel. I know we do get a lot of hate. It makes you wonder why, because I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. So we will keep moving forward. We will keep bringing the truth to you. We will keep, I'm going to go through my videos. I need to get through my videos and clean them up anyways. I need to type what they are, you know, get them out, let you guys see them. I'm going to get them out on Facebook, YouTube. I just got to get them together and, you know, edit them and get them out. So I do appreciate all the love. I know that I have more love in this chat than most people ever have. And I know I have a lot more love in this chat than I will ever have hate. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm glad you guys are part of our team. And I'm glad that we have all the love and support by the YouTube community around the world. And we're going to keep bringing you guys the real stuff. You know, some of this stuff, you know, people act like that I want Don and Candus to be guilty of this. I don't. But I'm also a realist, and I'm looking at all this information in front of me, and I can't unlearn that. I really can't. So I will give Don and Candus and Grandis the opportunity to change my mind. I want my mind changed. I want to be able to tell you and come on here and tell you that a parent couldn't do this to their child. Are you kidding me? I would love nothing more than that. But where we sit right now, I can't do that. I can't do that. I really can't. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. Haven't done it before, not going to start now. So at any rate, I'll keep you guys posted on Don Wells and any conversations he has. Again, he has asked me not to record him. I didn't have a recorder next to me. I didn't record him. And I can't, you know, people could call me, could be on here right now calling me a liar saying I never had a conversation with him. All I can do is show you the timestamp on it and how long I was on the phone from 11:30 to 1. But I can promise you it was Don Wells. I can promise you that. But I would like to meet with him, Candus and Grandis, and I'd like them to answer my questions. And if he wants to cook me dinner and take me up there to answer these questions, I'm happy to do so. I got to be honest. I'm a little uncomfortable doing that by myself. So I'm going to have to work that out with him. I would like at least another person with me. I have to be honest. I would like another person with me. So as this starts rolling out, if he's really serious about meeting with me and having an interview with me, I will keep you guys posted. Again, if I do have an opportunity to meet with Don Wells, I will keep an open mind, but believe me, I've got a list of questions about June 15th that have never been answered. They're very detailed questions about very specific things, and I do want those answered. Don, Candus, change my mind. Love you guys. God bless. Say your goodbyes. And I am signing off for now. I don't know if I'll be back on today or not. I'm going to say probably not. I've got a lot of work to do here this Saturday. I've got, personal work, like, just normal house cleaning stuff, down to working on the case. So all the office buildings are closed, but I can be getting some record requests prepared. I can be doing some due diligence and more research behind the scenes. I've got to look up builders in the area. As you know, I'm going to be rolling out a email or mail campaign to the builders in the area about Tucker. If Tucker continues to want to employ Don Wells, I will be doing that, and I will be executing that strategy if Don Wells wants to hide, duck, bob, and weave me again. I want him to change my mind. I want to hear from Candus. We have a lot of questions that need to be answered that they are not answering, and that they are in them hiding from me. Of all people, like, we've been doing this for a long time. We can show you what an innocent person's reaction and body language is compared to what a guilty person's actions and body language are. And I'm telling you, this ain't right. It stinks to high heaven. I'm ready to bring this to an end. Help me do that, Don Wells. I love you guys. God bless.